If you're on the fence about buying an Oura Ring, or maybe you're torn between buying the Oura Ring and another health tracker out there, then today I hope to help you answer the burning question that's probably in the back of your mind: should you buy an Oura Ring in 2022? Now, a slight disclaimer, I am making this video after some really poor customer service from Oura, but I will try and remain as objective as possible. There's more on that in a second, where I'll actually tell you the story about what happened with Oura, but understand that this is important for you because you're making an investment, or you're thinking of making an investment in something that hopefully will help your health. And I'm very passionate about that. It's what I help people with all the time. So with regards to that, in 2020, I got diagnosed with chronic pelvic pain syndrome, and part of my rehabilitation and my journey of fixing myself was to rest and recover more, which is why I bought an Oura Ring in the first place. I bought it so that I could track my sleep, that I could understand what things I needed to do to improve my sleep, and use their trusty app to kind of guide me along that process. Now, I've always used Garmin for things like tracking my fitness and my heart rate and my steps and all that kind of thing in the past, because I've always found it as a helpful tool to keep me grounded in the pursuit of better health and better movement and better lifestyle for myself, having lost so much weight. I was really impressed with Oura Ring 2, this one that's on my finger at the moment. I thought it was a very insightful gadget. I thought the tracking metrics were great. In fact, I made a video about it a little while ago, which you can check out if you want to, but it basically said that if you're using this as a tool to help boost your health, then it's a good tool to have. Now, that's sort of changed a little bit over the last few months, and I'm going to explore why in just a second. But essentially, I was so impressed last year with the tracking data that I got from it that I decided to invest in one for my fiancé. She's lucky because she got 2 rings in 1 year. The point of this is that I bought her the Oura Ring 2 ring, and then 3 weeks later, Oura released their Gen 3 ring. Now that caught me off guard, it caught her off guard, and we were watching tech YouTubers across the board reviewing this ring, saying it was amazing and all the new heart rate features were worth the upgrade. And I was sat there thinking, right, well, I've just spent 300 odd pounds on this plus import tax. I've spent 300 odd pounds on Kate plus import tax for that. Have we got to do this all over again and just take the hit? So that was kind of a kick in the nuts from Oura. But then a few days after this whole release of the Gen 3, I got an email to say, Brennan, we'd love for you to upgrade for $50 discount and you can have free lifetime membership. I didn't take Oura up on their offer, and the reason for that was because of the import tax that I would have to pay on the ring, plus the added expense of a new ring. Meanwhile, Kate got an email saying she could send her Oura Ring 2 back and get a Gen 3 ring free of charge and get free lifetime membership. So she immediately registered her return and was told that someone would be in touch to send her ring back. And that's where things kind of went downhill. But I'd like to just pin all of that for the moment, and let's just talk about some facts. To invest in an Oura Ring, you're looking at about $300 or £250, plus when you add in the import tax, you're probably looking at about 300 and something pounds once it's all said and done. You've then got to pay the monthly fee, which equates to about $83 a year, or you have to pay about £69 per year for the access to the app to get all the features and benefits that everyone else wants to get. So that in itself is an investment. It's a chunk of investment, and the data that the rings are actually collecting isn't as good as it's supposed to be. And the reason I know that is because I watch a channel called the Quantified Scientist on YouTube, and he breaks down these rings scientifically. He breaks down all health trackers scientifically, and he's got some really good data on consistency over time with all of these rings. He reviews them after testing them for a period of time.
If we now plot the results for the 2 Oura Ring 3s in here, we can see that they're not terrible at an average agreement of about 65% over the 4 sleep stages. However, they're still definitely not amongst the best sleep trackers out there. So I would not say that the Oura Ring 3 is significantly better than the Oura Ring 2 when it comes to sleep tracking, at least not yet. These results confirm for me that the sleep stage tracking of the Oura Ring is still mediocre.
If you want to find out a little bit more about him, click in the links below and you'll find his channel and be able to support him there. Now, strangely, since the introduction of the Oura Ring Gen 3, I've found that the data on my Gen 2 ring has been wildly inconsistent, and in most cases it conflicts directly with the Garmin sleep tracking data that I pull down every night from this thing. I don't understand that, firstly, and I don't want to start throwing conspiracies out there, but if I had a new bright shiny object that was going to pull more people in and spend more money with me, then would I really keep the data to this older version going as well? We know that Apple have done this in the past with some of their products. They've directly compromised their batteries with software upgrades to make people upgrade. So it wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility. What I also have to say is, on a factual basis, the Oura Ring 3 promoted that it would have a tracking heart rate feature for exercise, and that's only been released in the last few weeks, and that's 6-7 months after the release of the actual ring itself. Lastly, 12 weeks ago, I developed the C19, or the black lung of 2020, and in the process of developing that and waking up one morning not feeling very well, Oura did not give me any insights or indications that anything was wrong or going to be wrong, whereas Garmin, on the other hand, was telling me my stress level was through the roof. So let's loop this back around to Kate, my fiancé, and her ring, and the process that it took there. After starting her return, she was told that she would need to return. Someone's messaging me. After starting her return, she was told that she would need to drop the ring off at a FedEx place. So we drove 30 minutes across town to the FedEx place that Oura had suggested to find out that they didn't even exist. We then drove back, emailed Oura, and they said, "Thank you for your email. We'll be in touch soon." All the automated response, and we heard nothing. A few months later, I prodded them again, asking them, "Hey, look, we've got this returns process set up. What do we need to do?" And we were told, "Don't worry, you can keep the ring, give it to someone. It's absolutely fine. We'll send you a new one." Still nothing came through. We prompted them again. No, you have to return the ring and then we'll send you your new ring. Please use the FedEx place. And then by the time we'd replied to that, we got an automated response again saying, "Thank you for your email. We'll be in touch soon." We eventually got to speak to someone by me trolling their Facebook page. Literally every post they put up marketing about the latest celebrity that had signed with them, or the latest ambassador that was promoting their ring, that got their ring in a new shiny box that no one else got. I was just trolling them saying, like, "When are we going to see this ring? Can you reply to your customer service messages?" And there were other comments as well. It was insane how many people were not getting their rings, how many rings turned up broken or not working properly, and how many people just hadn't heard anything at all. Eventually, Oura kind of dealt with the matter, but it took them 6-7 months to deal with. Kate got her ring, she's been using it ever since, and the data that she's pulling from it conflicts with her Garmin as well, but is useful for her because she finds that it's quite interesting to note for her time of the month. For me, on the other hand, I've not really seen much reason to want to keep wearing this, other than I'm just so used to putting it on my finger, I kind of just stuck with it now. So to summarize, should you buy the Oura Ring in 2022? Well, no, in my opinion. I don't think you should. I think what you should do is set aside money every month for a year and invest in something like an Apple Watch or a Garmin. The reason I say that is because you will never have to pay for the access to their software unless you wanted the Apple Fitness Plus membership, which would be a waste of money anyway. But personally, I would stick with something like a Garmin. They have a big range of products. They have much more money behind them in terms of their years in operation, and they've got a lot more infrastructure in their app, which is free. You don't have to pay for the app. The app is free and it gives you incredible insights into your health and your data. I'm basing this on my personal experience with it, but also on the Quantified Scientist, who has pulled out some really interesting information on Garmin and Apple. And by all means, go and check out his channel. But my advice, like I said, would be to save your money, invest in something a little bit more expensive off the outset, but something that's going to give you a lot better return on your investment over time. Oura, sadly, in my view, have become limited by their capacity to reach their market and provide valuable insights, and they're rather leaning on the more fashionable aspect, collaborating with Gucci to help promote their brand and just get their product out there to more and more people. My view is that they haven't actually focused on the quality of what they're producing rather than just trying to reach as many people as possible and make as much money as possible. That's a sad thing for me to say about a company that I believe started so strong, but don't take my word for it. Have a look at the Quantified Scientist, check out his videos. He's probably way more objective than I am. And also understand that, this is an investment of your money, but it's also a tool for tracking and improving your health. And if you're not using it for that, then you're probably just wasting your money anyway. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Oura Ring. I'd love to know what questions you might have. I'd also like to know what you have experienced if you own an Oura Ring and are thinking of upgrading to the Generation 3 ring. Other than that, stay tuned for a review coming up in the next few weeks of the Garmin Fenix 7 long-term review, and I will catch you in the next video. Stay strong and keep moving.